Alright, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while since I made a video. COVID finally got me, and you could probably hear in my voice, I don't quite sound how I normally sound, but guys, I'm so much better. I'm so grateful to be back. And so in today's video, I want to share with you 3 ways to motivate yourself when it feels like all hope is gone, when you can't be bothered, when you've lost your drive, and yet deep down you know that you have a mission, you have a purpose, and that you are the key to changing your life and the lives of the people around you. How do you get motivated in that? Let's go. Alright, first things first, if you want to motivate yourself to do something beyond the ordinary, to push yourself, to challenge yourself, the number one thing that you have to do is give yourself a reason worth fighting for. And this sounds obvious, but it's so important. So many people, when I ask them, why are you doing it? Why do you care? They give me an answer that sounds so good, but I know it's not the truth. I know that isn't something they deeply, deeply care about. They might like the sound of it. They might like saying it. It might feel worthy and, what's the word I'm looking for? When you're a knight and you're honourable, it might sound honourable. God knows where that connection came from. It might sound honourable, but it's not the truth of what's going to get you out of bed and get you fired up and get you moving. So the first thing you've got to ask yourself is, in total honesty, why do I care? Why will I put myself through this? Why will I experience this hardship? Why will I go through the uncertainty? What do I want out of it? And you're allowed to have desires, you're allowed to have wants. So a few weeks ago on Facebook, I saw this clip from Steve Harvey, he's American, he's a comedian, he's been through so much to live this crazy life beyond his wildest dreams now. He does chat shows, he does talk shows, and at the end of them and during them and in intervals, he stands up and gives the most profound, amazing, motivational little tidbits from his life, and they're absolutely brilliant. One of them, he said, get yourself a piece of paper and write down 300 things that you would love to have, do, be, experience. And I love this phrasing, 300 things that you could make use of, in your life. I love that. And he said, listen, you're going to be able to write down a good 20, 30, maybe even 50. But when you start getting to 100, 120, 150, you're going to come up stumps, you're going to struggle. He said you've got to persevere, you've got to push through it. You've got to write a list of 300 things. And he said, even if you don't focus on those 300 things, if you hold them in your consciousness, you have the desire for them, and you're relaxed about them coming into your life, he said, go and look at that list after a year and see how many things that you can cross off. He talks about God and says how many things God will give you, how many things God will find a way to put in your path. And so I wrote my list, and he was right. I think I've managed about 140 items on the list. And as I go through life and I go through my day-to-day, my true desires are revealed. I might have my really honourable, purpose-driven reasons for wanting to be better and wanting to change, and they're valid. But I also want the trip to Paris in the 5-star hotel with a window looking out at the Eiffel Tower. I also want a totally unnecessary black Mercedes SLK to just drive around and have a bit of fun in. There are things that I want and desire that might not feel so honourable, but hell, I still want them, and hell, they still motivate me. So I want you to be really honest with yourself, and if you want to do that exercise, go for it. It's kind of in contrast, that one, to Warren Buffett, who says, write down all of your goals, write down every single one of your goals, and then pick the goal that matters most to you and cross off everything else, because all of the others are a distraction to the one goal that you have. And I guess if you look at Steve Harvey's life, his goal might have been to be on stage, to be a comedian, and that one goal has given him access to everything else that he desired. So if you're looking for a way to assimilate those two, you can have multiple desires and multiple goals, and I think deep down underneath it all, there's probably one thing that underpins it that will change your life and carve out a path to everything else. And I'm going to share what I think that thing is next. All right, the second thing in getting motivated and getting back on track and getting out of bed and doing all of that is to get over yourself and trust in the plan and use your gift, all right? I just said this in a voice note I shared not so long ago, that each and every single one of us was put on this planet with a mission, a job, a function to perform. I know what mine is. It's so simple. Literally, it's one word: motivate. That's all I got to do. I got to motivate people to action so that they do things in alignment with their purpose that makes their life better, their family's life better, and ultimately makes this world a better place to be. That's it. And I can start getting really cheesy with it and talk about, sharing love and making people feel happy and joyful. But honestly, it doesn't matter. All I have to do, my part of the job in this grand company of life is, Lisa, go and use your gift that you've been given, that you did not to deserve. It just is what it is. Go and use your gift to speak and to write, to put ideas together, to articulate what you're learning, and put it in a format that people can consume with a little bit of energy, a dash of cheek, and allow people to use that as a platform to stand on and move forward. Motivate people, inspire them, help them take action on their dreams, help them realize how amazing they are just as they are, and to go down that path. The second thing you have to do in order to get your motivation back and feel good and carry on the journey is to stop making it so hard for yourself and putting so many ridiculous barriers in the way of it. Just use your gift and do your job. Please. I cannot be more direct with you here. Use your gift and do your job. Nobody on the planet is better equipped than you to do what you've been put on this planet to do. All you have to do, it's so simple, is just use your gifts to live out your purpose, to live out your mission. And if you do that, it will carve out a path to everything that you want. What people are doing is very dangerous. They're doing this thing called thinking, and I'm not a fan. You don't have to think about it. You know what your mission is. You know what your gift is. You have to perform it. You have to perform that function. And if you do that, everything around you will fall into place. I feel so confident in that. And whenever I talk to a client on Zoom or whatever, and they're saying to me they're struggling or they don't know what to do, I just ask the most simple questions. I just say, what is in your heart? What do you know you're meant to do? What is in your heart? What is for you? I ask that question 1,000 different ways on this YouTube channel, my podcast, in my training programs. What is for you? What is in your heart? What are you supposed to do? Second question, what gifts were you given to make that easy? What is easy to you? What do you love to do? What comes effortlessly? What gifts were you given that feel unfair? That's it. That's the path. So the second thing to motivate yourself back to action is to stop thinking and find the discipline, the courage, the little spark of energy that will get your butt in the chair. So today, I was in bed and I was reading a book, a motivational book to get me going. I did a bit of journaling and I just kept saying to myself, Chandler at the wedding when he's getting married, just next thing, you just got to get in the shower. You can do that. Can you get in the shower? I was like, Lisa, don't have an opinion. You're making some videos today. You're going to use your gift. That's what you're here to do. Can you get yourself in the shower? Can you do your hair? Can you put your nice outfit on? And you just do those things and you don't have an opinion on it because the gift was given to you so that you don't have to have an opinion on it. Everything you need to live the life that you are meant to live, to have the impact that you are meant to have, you have it. You have it. The skills, the connections, time, they're secondary and they'll come. But none of that will unfold if you don't, in the first instance, use your gift to follow your purpose, to perform your function, to do what you're meant to do. The third one, to motivate yourself back to persistent and consistent action over time, is to be so careful about how you talk to yourself and what you think about. This is so important, and I was going to say I could do whole videos and courses and books on it. No, there are videos and courses and books on it because it is foundational. If you speak to anybody or watch any interviews or read any books about anybody who was successful, you will hear that they had an endeavor, they had a dream, a goal, and they pursued it. and everything went wrong and they hit rock bottom. And in that rock bottom moment, the people we read about and hear about, in that rock bottom moment, they said, it's time to change. I know that I am meant for more. I know that more is for me. I know I have a mission. I know I'm going to figure this out. And they picked themselves back up and they went again. Now, what underpins that transformation, that moment that could go either way, is entirely mindset and how they talk to themselves. If in those moments you say, I can't do it, I've tried, I'm a failure, this isn't for me, there's too much competition, other people are better than me, whatever it is you're going to say, whatever your particular blend of self-negativity is, we all have it. If you repeat that and let it sink in and feel into that and become it, of course your external reality is going to catch up and reflect it back to you. That's what you believe about yourself? You're absolutely right, here it is. The people in that moment who said, I'm better than this, I know more is for me, I know I can do this, you can do this, you can do this, and got up and spoke to themselves in that way and believed in what they wanted and felt into that and started living from that place and behaving as it were, those are the people we read about. Those are the people who we look to, those are the people who we listen to for advice because they made it and they sent the path back. They sent the ladder down, they said, listen, foundational to the change is your mindset and the way you talk to yourself. And I honestly don't care if it takes you 80% of your day to get yourself to a place of positivity so that 20% of your day is spent producing something of value or taking action in alignment with your purpose, your dreams and your goals. That's a win for me. That is a win. Who cares? Far better that than you don't even try and weeks and months and years go by and you're no further forward. That happens, doesn't it? So the third and final thing I want you to focus on in changing your life and really getting back to that path of truth and purpose and change and momentum and going after what is for you is to really focus on how you talk to yourself and what you say to yourself. And I'll give you a couple clues here. First of all, it is as simple as acknowledging how you speak to yourself and changing the narrative. I'm a loser, I can't do this, no one cares, to I'm figuring this out, I'm good at this, I have a voice, I know people want to hear this. If I can help 5 people today, I've done a good thing. The way we speak to ourselves, it matters, but there's another part to it, and it's how we feel and what we believe. And I've been on this mission lately where I've been repeating over and over who I'm becoming, who I want to be. But careful here, who I want to be, who I'm becoming, always in the I am. Always in the present. I say what I am, and I'm going to keep that to myself because I can. I don't need other people's opinions on that right now. I am, and I say what I have and how my life is, and before I get out of bed, I imagine waking up in my dream house. I've got my dream car, I've got my dream life. I visualize it and I feel it and I live into it and I feel gratitude for it as if it is. I literally behave as if it is, to the point where I open my eyes and I'm kind of shocked. I think, hang about, loving this, but it's not what I ordered. And for me, it's only a matter of time. In that moment, when I'm feeling into it, I become a vibrational match for it. I am, not I want, not I can't wait to, not I'm looking forward to, because all that says is I am not. And the most powerful words in the English language, or whatever your first language is, are I am. I am powerful, I am capable, I'm ingenious, I'm gritty, I can figure this out. I am the world's leading, I am the first choice for, I am known as, I am a provider of. In the I am, and if you say it over and over and over, it starts to seep in like a ticker tape. Your subconscious starts to say it back to you, and you start to believe it. And if you can close your eyes and visualize it and feel into it and expand that idea of yourself, you will start noticing new opportunities, you'll start feeling differently about yourself, and what will happen is your reality won't match the internal vision you have, and you'll create this amazing dissonance in your world so that the world has to reorder itself to catch up to you. Now, you can't sit back and let that happen. This is where we go back to 1 and 2, and we allow what we want to drive us, those experiences to pull us, and we use our gifts and our purpose as the roadmap towards the life that we are living into, and as we speak it into existence and we see it into existence and we back it up by doing the one true thing that we were put on this planet to do, how can your life not change?